I am tripping. I'm tripping. No, literally, I'm tripping because I just tripped over a cord as I'm doing some different stuff in the studio. And but I'm here. I'm here, and it's another video from the Critics Collective, and we're talking Cookie Run Kingdom, which has taken over my life. I like to think in a good way. I'm gonna say in a good way. To say not in a good way means I gotta call a 1-800 number. So, anyways, this gotcha game right here. This is the world, the kingdom. Cookie Kingdom that I have. As far as how long have I been playing, I have been playing for, I want to say right now it's January 17th. I've been playing for like 17 days. Like I started playing this during the New Year holiday. After I started playing solo leveling, I want to say during Thanksgiving, something like that. So this is the stats if you're curious kind of where I'm at, where I'm playing at. But yeah, just super new in this game, and I think it's a good game. I'm really enjoying the heck out of it. And so there was something I was trying to figure out, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me. But once I believe I figured it out, you guys would be the judge. I was like, well, there should be information that people can find that's easier, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Hall of Ancient Heroes. Now, this you can pick up pretty early. In the dust. I'm still figuring out where I'm going to put these, if I'm going to leave it here. At one point I had all of these around. I was like, oh, I'm going to make it look like a little fake theme park, and then I didn't, and then right here, places of unmentionables. I thought this was like dark comedy right here, like it was like a little campsite that I made, and a gnome that didn't make it through the night because we worked them, there's no labor laws here in the kingdom. Apparently, I didn't make the game, but anyways, I went ahead and got these, and let me know in the comments if you want a video on this. But I think this is pretty self-explanatory, so I think I'm just going to eventually put them all back in here. But before I do and spend the resources, I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and check and make sure I'm not blowing resources where I need it, and where I need it is over here. So at some point in the game, I want to say early on, and I'll show you on the map just in case you're new playing, you're going to have this area over here, right? To open this, you're just going to do a mission, and that mission should be the first mission of chapter 6 or world 6, however they call it. And once you do that mission, what's going to happen is a sugar gnome is going to give you a quest. Okay, the quest is simple. You're just going to bake something, then you're going to work on this building because it's going to be in ruins, and then you're going to put a certain artifact there and use some of your resources. The game is going to give you multitude of that. Now, when you get that set up, you can use it. I just never fucking used it because I was just so focused on the game. I didn't go back to it. I just went back to it literally yesterday because I was on some other shit. So anyways, so when you go in here, this is what you get for Hall of Ancient Heroes. Now, I saw some pictures, and that's what made me think, man, this shit was open at the beginning of the fucking game. I could have used this as a nice little way to kind of get into the game. But it is what it is. Basically, what the game does is it's going to take your top heroes. So you have your top 5 heroes that are automatically going to be selected. There's nothing you can do, right? Now, in this case, Silence is golden, and he's my number 1. And then it trickles down to the rest. But let's say you jumped in this early, you would probably have your characters around 20 to 30, at least 30, my bad, at least 30 to probably 30 to 60 is where your characters probably would be by the time you find this organically. And what it does is it takes your lowest one, and it makes your lowest one the standard for any disciple. Yes, disciple that you put here. This game has some interesting storylines that teeters between real life and pop fiction, pop culture, and movie stuff. Like it's just anyway. So with vanilla being my lowest of the group, that means whoever I place here who is at least level 30, because you have to be level 30, they can be a disciple, they can be chosen. And you add them in here and they're automatically going to get a jump. Now, what you don't see in here, which I've already done, is if you're in your cookies, I'll go back in here. If you have a cookie let's say you're like, and this is what happened with me. It's no shade to Fire Spirit. Fire Spirit was 52, and I say, you know what? I don't want Fire Spirit to be up there. I'd rather have Vanilla Cookie because I'm just a little more organized. I'm overthinking. I'm like, I'd rather have a healer, support, XYZ, and go down the line. You don't have to do it that way, but let's say you had him up here, which I did. Once I made Vanilla 53, it automatically gives you an alert, like a little message pops up and says, this person has been anointed. They've been moved to the Hall of Heroes. And this one just gets taken out. And that's just what it is. So you don't have to worry about it. You can just play the game however you do it. It's going to constantly do it. Now, there are big jumps. Like, let's say I was doing a character that was a level 100 or 90, then that would be the big jump. And it would slide down those other cookies to be level 60, because now the next ones would be 60. So keep that in mind. Now, the other thing that is interesting is you have to have it level 30, and that's why this is early content that you can unlock. So what I've done is, my strategy is I took characters that were not my main PvE, PvP, and I wanted to give those characters a way to grow, to help me play the game in different areas of the game without it costing me resources. So here's the 3 I chose. You can choose whoever you want, but I would have done Mystic Flower, but I don't have Mystic Flower just yet. And then the reason why I did these 2, and I can see some people doing, you know, Archer and Donut, but the reason why I did these 2 is I believe these 2 are good for bosses or guild bosses and things of that nature. And that's an area I don't have a lot of strength in. So I'm like, that's what I'm gonna use these characters on. There's so many other characters that are good for bosses and stuff, like Mint is another one. I believe you also have Crim is another one that would be good for it. So there's some that I was like, you know what, I already have resources, they're already close to the lower tier. I'm going to use the ones that are bumped up. So let's go back in here, see this kind of in action. So once I go ahead and add in cream soda, you get a warning, and the warning is 24 hours, right? So in the event that you change your mind and say, damn it, Ginger Brave, damn you, I didn't want you in this damn game. 24 hours, you gotta wait. Now, there's no shade to Ginger Brave. I like Ginger Brave. He has a special power that has not been unlocked yet. The power of will. He's basically Luffy the monkey. He's just, the only thing stopping him is his inspiration to himself. But you see how it automatically makes it 53. I'm gonna do the same thing with Blueberry Pie and her books. Blueberry Pie. See that automatically. There you go. Now let's say you're like, I made a mistake. Dad Panther, Ron, I made a mistake. What do I do? Just simple. You click it. It's gonna give you a warning. It's gonna say, hey, look, you want to 24 hours, but there's a twist. With great power comes great taxation. If you got bumped up to 53, you're going to get dropped in 24 hours back to the original. That's just what it is. Now, there are some things I have tested and haven't tested. Now, if you level this character up in the background, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe we'll try that right now. Now, the skill, I have messed around with the skill. This is how the skills work. The skills do not get a bump up, only the level. When you do the skills, it's your own resources for the skills. But again, you save money and resources on the level. So that's what I'm saying. Make sure you know what tune, what cookie you want to put this under. Now, when you level up the skill, let's say you do the max level 53, it's going to switch to 53 or 30. It's going to drop you down immediately to 30. Now, when they drop you down to 30, you're like, whatever. If you keep leveling up your cookie back up to 53, you do not have to pay for those resources for 53. It's not until you hit 54 they're gonna tax your ass. All right, so again, we'll experiment with the cookie level right now on Blueberry Pie, but that's how it works. You're going to get 24 hours, you're going to lose that power, and you're going to lose the skill level to whatever was already set in here. But if you go back up and you happen to get up to this area that you already spent the resources on for your skill to match it, then you're going to be fine. You're going to get that back. Let's go experiment. Bill Nye the Science Guy. You also have Beakman's World. I don't know if you guys, anybody watch Beakman World with the rat. Beakman's World came out first, and then I think it was Disney came out with Bill Nye, and they had more money, more budget, so they made Bill Nye the clean cut scientist, and then Beakman was the trashy great value version. But I love them both, and I'm old enough to remember Mr. Wizard. I don't know if anybody remembers watching Mr. Wizard growing up, but anyways, let's see if it lets me level up. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So yes, I'm assuming if you leveled up the character, it would be a waste, because I'm not going to do it. I don't have enough fucking resources. You see what I'm working with here? I got to save this. But yeah, that's not going to work. So yeah, so you go and you do your biscuits, you do your toppings, you do your tarts, all the other stuff. And like I said, when you upgrade we'll fuck around with the upgrade. Let's do this. Let's just, for science, we'll do this because I feel like I'm better suited for this, because I have fucked around and saved a bunch of material for that. I might cry off camera, but whatever. Anyway, so we get all that. The resources are done. Let's go back into looking out. All right. So we go in here. Boom, there we go. So yeah, so like I said before, so skill level's the same. If you remove somebody out, what's going to happen is you're dropping your cookie. You'll keep your skill level, but when you go in there, it's going to show 30 for 30. And it's not a sports channel, but 30 for 30 is what it's going to show. Now, as you level back up, they're not going to make you spend those resources again, because you're not going to get refunded. So there's that. Now, if it was me, my tip would be you want to have, your DPS. You want to have a tank. You can go with a tank or what's the one with the where is it right here? You can go with the tank or a charge skill. You can use the charge because they also have tank perks. And then you have maybe support and healing, or maybe you want another DPS, however you want to play. But I would say try to keep some sense of system in this when you do it, when you're leveling up your team, and you'll find out that the game content is much, much easier. As far as down here, you can do it however you want to. You might have a crew that you're looking to build that's PvP, go for it. You might have your favorite keys that you like, regardless what the meta is, go for it. You may have characters like me where I'm using them for special content in the game, go for it. But when it comes to all of these that you can unlock, don't do it. Don't do it. They're lying to you. The book says there's 12 disciples. You can do as many as you want in this game, but I think it's a disservice. And the reason why I'm going to say it's a disservice is if you, in my opinion, if you go over 4 characters, you're pushing it, because you can't use all these effing characters. Yes, you have content like the Alliance and stuff, but you can't use them all, okay? It's Pokemon. You catch them all, but you don't use them all. I would say stick to 4 is a sweet spot. It allows you to use the content for the cookies for other content. So I can use these cookies for certain guild battles or boss battles. I can use this character for PvP if I wanted to. I could use this character just because I was testing it. I'm gonna move this character once I roll something better. But I can understand opening a 5th. Now watch, when I open the 5th, there's no notification anything happened. But I believe this shit cost you. Now I could be wrong. But I feel like I'm an overthinker. I'm like, man, this shit just cost me something somewhere that I don't know about. But anywho, where would it cost me? It would cost me over here. Over here is the statue of, you can read it. Anyway, so this is right here in the same building, but this is a little different. To unlock this statue, okay, you have to do a little different. You gotta fulfill the wish from the tree 5 times, and then you got to play in the arena, and then you have to clear some dark stages, right? So let's say you're like a visual learner. You're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I just started playing this game. You're going to come look for this little Tweety bird, tweedledee, tweedledee, and you're going to go ahead and claim 5 wishes, right? It's important for you to kind of learn this mechanism, but do this. Also, if you're not doing this daily before the reset, you're missing out on some free stuff. But anywho, you do this. Once that's finished, you're going to go to the arena. All they're doing is teaching you how to play the game. So you go to the arena, let's go in here. You're going to go and look for some people to battle. You're going to battle them. You're going to win. You're going to pick the lowest one, or you're going to go for the highest one, whatever. This is PvP. You know, don't hate the game, hate the player. I said the way I said it on purpose. Anyway, so you go in there, you play 10 times, you do what you got to do. And then you need to do dark stages, dark modes. You need to clear a stage 12 times, right? So for me in my gameplay, I've already played a lot of this, right? I think I only have, I've got a few here to unlock, but for the most part, I've been going through it. Let's go ahead and change it to actually boop. So when you have and I did finish the game. I did, as far as the storyline. You're looking for your dark ones, which start at the beginning, and I just started that. So you'll have your dark missions. You come in and you'll do your dark missions. You just do 12 of them, and then that's it. How do you know they're a dark mission? Is you see how this is gold? That's not dark. That's not dark enough. You want to switch it here to dark. It changes it. Look, it's dark. It's mysterious. It's the upside down. And then you're gonna do. There you go. Once you do those 3, you'll get your quest complete, and then you can go ahead and go back to your kingdom, and then we'll go back here. Of your material, that's how important this is. I wouldn't open. Now, if you let me know in the comments, maybe that was in the past. I'm seeing something in the past, but they've done an update and now it's free 99. But it used to cost these shards to open up another slot. These shards are too precious, my precious, for you to get rid of to open another slot. When you get 24 hours to switch, so you can plan your content, put someone there, play that content, and switch it out to someone else. It's not that big of an inconvenience. But you would use it to, in my opinion, level this up, because the amount of resources that are going to take to this TLC that you're giving it is just wonderful. And the train is going to bring in merchandise. It's going to keep rotating. So it makes you question leveling up the train or certain things around your camp. You see how fast I went through that? You see how fast? Now, what if those resources were cost by me opening the ancient hall of heroes? Which actually, okay, we're about to find out right now. Let's science. We see the number here. Okay, 1189. We see the level. We see the resource. We won't really focus on the resource. I don't have enough to do it again. Let's go. Let's take a look. Let's see. And damn it, I really don't want to. I think 4 is a really good number, but bucket for science. Who am I going to put in there? Who am I going to put in there? Who am I going to put in? Buttercream, 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 buttercream. No, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. No, not going to do it. The reason why I'm not going to do it is these are not the characters that I want to put in there. Mint, I'm on the fence about Mint, only because I believe Mint is the right move. Just like Frost and what you call it is. Same thing as like Limonada and Quiz. But I feel like if you're gonna give, this is how I live my life, overthinking stuff. Let me see something. Let me see if there's a character right now, because I don't want to just force the move, and then I'm probably not gonna do it. I'm probably not gonna do it because there's some characters I would love to put in that position. Dragon, Archer, Donut. This is another one I would put in that position. That there's really, I'm trying to think, is there anyone else? There's really no one else I could see me putting up there. That's not already a good level. So that's why I want to wait. And the other reason why I want to wait, I don't wanna, is because look how many gems I have, right? I'm gonna roll that dice, baby. I'm gonna roll that dice. Let me give you a preview of an episode that's probably gonna come out sooner than later. Let me just tell you what I'm working with. I'm working with a monster. You already saw it. I have over 200,000 gems. Okay, that's expensive. I don't do the math. I don't know if that's $1,300 worth of gems if you bought it. For the witch, challenge alone, like I have over is it 700? No, over 6,000. It went up. Okay, because I had on my paper five something. So over 6,000 that I have for that, right? Cookies over here. Look at that, man. Feature cookie for mold. Now I've got to split the feature cookie with the fate. I gotta go 50-50 on that. But still, that's a lot of fucking tickets. Okay, that's a lot of gotcha. Epic party, got to share with it, but that's a lot of gotcha that I'll be using. Okay. Now the legendary costume, you know, whatever the case is, I was always using this one, but now I'm just gonna do the event because I'm like, yeah, it's the same amount, and you get an opportunity to get probably a better pity roll than you get elsewhere. But yeah, so we're gonna go in here, we're gonna roll it, baby. Not now, but another stream, I'm gonna roll. But I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna leave. You could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here, and I greatly appreciate that. I hope this was helpful. Put in the comments so you can help other people. Until next time.